Atomic habits. Most people believe massive success requires massive action. We assume real change comes from radical transformations, dramatic breakthroughs, or sudden motivation. Atomic habits challenges that belief entirely. James Clear's central idea is simple but profound. Small changes, when repeated consistently, compound into remarkable results. The outcomes we admire: successful career, strong relationships, physical fitness, financial stability, are not usually the result of one defining moment. They are the product of tiny habits, performed daily, that quietly shape our lives. This book is not about setting goals, it's about building system. And once you understand how habits truly work, change becomes not only possible but predictable. The power of tiny gains. James Clear begins by explaining why habits matter more than goals. Goals focus on outcome. Habits focus on processes. Goals are momentary. Habits are continuous. If you improve by just 1% each day, those small improvements compound over time into something extraordinary. Likewise, small negative habits compound into serious problems. The impact is not visible immediately, which is why most people quit too early. Progress often appears slow, flat, and unrewarding until it suddenly accelerates. This delay is what Clear calls the plateau of latent potential. Results lag behind. Those who succeed are the ones who stay consistent long enough for the curve to bend upwards. Habits are the compound interest of self improvement. Habits shape identity. Most people try to change their habits by focusing on what want to achieve. James Clear argues this is backwards. He introduces three layers of behavior change. 1. Outcome, what you get. 2. Processes, what you do. 3. Identity, what you believe. True behavior changes start immediately with identity. Last habits are not built by asking, what do I want to achieve, but by asking, who do I want to become? A person who says, I'm trying to quit smoking, still sees themselves as a smoker. A person who says, I don't smoke, has adopted a new identity. Every habit you perform is a vote for the type of person you believe you are. No single action defines you, but repeated actions reinforce the identity. Change your habits and change how you see yourself. Change your identity and habits follow naturally. How habits work. James Clear explains that every habit follows a predictable loop. Cue, craving, response, and reward. Cue, a trigger that indicates behavior. Craving, the desire for change in state. Response, the habit itself. Reward, the satisfaction that reinforces the behavior. The cue prompts craving. The craving motivates the response. The response delivers the reward. The reward teaches the brain whether the habit is worth repeating. Understanding this loop allows us to deliberately build good habits and break bad ones. From this framework, Clear derives the four laws of behavior change. The first law: make it obvious. Habit begin with cues, and the most powerful cues are visual. Many habits persist not because of the lack of willpower, but because of the environment constantly triggers them. Likewise, good habits often fail because the cues are invisible. James Clear emphasizes environment design over motivation. The most disciplined people are not stronger. They simply structure the environment to make good habits easier and bad habits harder. Practical applications include placing healthy foods in visible locations, keeping distractions out of sight, designing spaces for specific behaviors. He also introduces habit stacking, which pairs a new habit with an existing one. By anchoring a new behavior to something you already do, you increase consistency. Example: after brushing your teeth, you meditate. After making coffee, you journal. Clarity creates consistency. The second law: make it attractive. We repeat habits because they satisfy cravings. James Clear explains that habits become attractive when they are associated with positive emotions. The brain learns by anticipation, not outcome. If the habit feels good beforehand, it becomes irresistible. One way to increase attraction is temptation building, pairing something you need to do with something you want to do. This reframes habits as opportunities instead of obligations. Social influence also plays a powerful role. We imitate the close, the many, the powerful. The close, this is family and friends. The many, culture. The powerful, those we admire. If a behavior is normal in your environment, it becomes attractive. If it is praised, it spreads. To build better habits, join groups where your desired behavior is normal. Belonging drives behavior more than motivation ever will. The third law, make it easy. The most common reason habits fail is not lack of desire, but too much friction. James Clear argues that humans naturally follow the path of least resistance. We do what is easiest, not what is best. To build good habits, reduce friction. To break bad habits, increase it. He introduces the concept of 2 minute rule. Any new habit will take less than 2 minutes to start. Reading a book, reading becomes opening a book. Exercising becomes putting on gym clothes. This is not about the habit itself, it's about mastering the act of showing up. Once the habit is established, it can be expanded. Clear also explains that habits are formed through repetition, not intensity. Frequency matters more than perfection. Each repetition is a vote for automation. The fourth law, make it satisfying. What gets rewarded gets repeated. Immediate rewards reinforce habits. Delayed rewards weaken them. The challenge is that good habits often have delayed rewards, while bad habits offer instant gratification. James Clear recommends finding ways to bring immediate satisfaction to habits whose long term benefits are slow. One strategy is habit tracking. Seeing progress visually provides immediate reinforcement and builds momentum. It also creates accountability. Another powerful concept is never miss twice. Missing one habit is an accident. Missing twice is the beginning of a new habit. Consistency is not perfection, it's recovery. Breaking bad habits. To break a habit, reverse the four laws. Make it invisible. Make it unattractive. Make it difficult. Make it unsatisfying. This means removing cues, reframing beliefs, increasing friction, and attaching negative consequences. James Clear emphasizes that bad habits often serve a purpose. They meet a need. To eliminate them, you must replace what we must replace them with healthier alternatives that satisfy the same craving. Mastery and long-term growth. As habits become automatic, improvement shifts from building habits to refining them. James Clear introduces the concept of Goldilocks rule. Humans stay motivated when working on tasks that are just challenging enough, neither too easy nor too hard. The greatest threat to success is boredom. Professionals stick to the schedule even when motivation fades. Mastery requires embracing repetition without novelty. Habits free mental energy. They create space for excellence. Atomic Habits teaches that transformation is not about sudden change. It's about daily systems. You do not raise the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your habits. Small choices, repeated consistently, shape identity. Identity shapes behavior. Behavior shapes destiny. Change the system, and the results will take care of themselves. This is the Wealth Library. Read less, learn more.